Okay, welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild. I'm the Gray Haired Gamer, your host. Thanks for joining us today, and we are back again in fabulous Rancho del Arroyo in Mexico, continuing our Great One grind. This is actually the second hunt of our quote official Great One grind. And before we get started, I'd like to take a moment and say thank you from myself and from Gunner the Wonder Dog for our viewers, new and returning, for joining us. Every little bit of your support means wonders to us, and every little like, every follow, every subscription really goes a long way in to help keeping this channel up and running, as well as helping us grow. So we really want to thank you for that. But now back to where a little recap. Let's take a look at our map. Yesterday, here we are in the Casa Grande, and yesterday we did our first official Great One grind here at this lake. We hunted out of this tree stand, and we took, I believe, 6 or 7 deer out of here. So you can see we did build up a little bit of hunting pressure, but nothing today. We're going to game plan. We're not going to hunt this area. We're going to move on to one of our other areas that is also very whitetail, and I think it's going to be this lake here, just to the east of where we were. But we need to do a little bit of work in here. Now, with this first lake, we were blessed or lucky to have this tree or this hunting stand here, and had a drink right at our front doorstep. Now, with this lake here to the east, our second, we do not have that. We have scouted out 100 of the coastline, that lake, but what we want to do is we want to go in there, take one of our tripods or a tree stand or a hunting blind, and we want this up. I think from looking at, we did have another zone that was here that we actually deleted. The first time we came through here, we got greedy, and we took like 6 deer out of that group, that zone. We do there and see if another zone, if we can get lucky, have another zone pop up right in this area. And as well, we also want to scout further up this northern coastline, shoreline, because we did see her in this area. We think that there may be a zone possible. But the big thing is we want to put a tripod up down here somewhere. And just by looking at the way things are now, I'm thinking it's going to be right in between these two zones. Hopefully like right in here to here, somewhere along this little section of coast. Can take this zone as well as this zone, and possibly even if we would see something over here, we could also take shots at that. We don't have anything there yet, so we want to run in there and put something up. Now, we do have our loadout set up, have some extra space that we take a tripod and what have you. We might get in there. We do not have to take it to have this host relatively close. We can jump in there if we go. We can distance in probably about 10 minutes real time. We need to pop a tent up, but we do want to get that stand up there. Like I said, we want to take advantage of the reduced hunting pressure. We talked about that in our first archery hunt from the hunting stand. Also in our last episode, we talked about this of hunting from a stand from a tripod blind. We want to continue that, being the reduced hunting pressure, that we can take more animals area, like here, priming. This area right here, one animal out of this area. See that it is very purple. Okay. Same thing we did up here from this stand. We took 4 or 5 deer from this area, and it's barely purple. So there you can easily see the difference. On the ground, one animal; from a stand, 5 or 6. So we want to continue that. We want to be able to take as many white as we can, obviously without destroying the zones, because that will get us more respawns and more chance to, in time, eventually get that. So we are going to go ahead and jump over. We're in drink zone time, but we will probably change them again to get the maximum time in that window of our, the whitetail, 8:30 and 11:30 in the morning. So we're going to jump to our outpost near there. We're going to get one of our tripods just in our reach. Did have to pay a real bit of real money to get the DLC. To speaking of white-tailed mule deer. Okay, here's our tripods. We did spend a little bit of real money to get this DLC that has the blinds, the tree stand, and the tripods in it. But it does not give you an unlimited number of them. We only got 3, I believe, with the DLC. Any more that we need, we can go in the store and we can buy them down here. Portable structures. Yeah, tree stand. They're tripod. We can buy more of them, but they're $16,000 each. So we want to be very, very careful using them and where we put them. Okay, so we do have one. We did store it from storage, so let's check our inventory. That's listed here. Portable structures, and we're going to equip that right there. So you can see we are able to carry that, the weight, and still line up of weapons and calls and our scent blocker. Now we are carrying the M1 Garand with the. In our last episode, we are the scope, but I highly doubt that we have the money to buy it. This game, the higher powered items, like the higher powered scopes, the bigger rifles, expensive. So we're just going to stick with the 4 to 8 power today. Lineup, we do have relatively new to binoculars, which will let us zero in exactly on our prey, and know we can set our weapon zeroing range and also adjust. We also have our 45 Vasquez air rifle, also equipped with that 4 to 8 power scope, so we can zoom in there. Why this rifle does not have the pure oomph, the pure stopping power that the M1 has, that at ranges 50 meters, Bang has a surprising amount and will easily take down tail. Just not be the kill the 30-06. Finishing up with the .2 pistol that we've been using for bunnies, pheasant, all the little creatures in the game. Just when we've been going out scouting, if we get any targets of opportunity like that, we've been taking it just to try and start building up our pistol score. As far as calls, we are oblique call. So for our scout, the wounded check for Mexico, which we're familiar with from Layton, as well as a few of the other maps. But it will also work on the Mexican Bobcat, which is a Rancho, and which is also it's a small one that is also exclusive to Rancho del Arroyo. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go and time to before whitetail, and then we're going to here with our tribe if we can find us a good place. Now, since we don't have this set up yet, to scout around a little bit, we want to give us a little bit of extra time. We don't want to set our clock right at the beginning of drink time. As we know, we found out drink times officially starts at 8:30, but we've seen animals coming in as early as just after 8 o'clock, like 10 after 8, quarter after 8. There are animals starting to wander in. So we want to take into account that variation as well. We're going to need a few minutes to run our little up here, and we're going to minutes to scout out a good place to get a good view of both of these zones. Now, when we get up here, we may luck out. You never know. Range that shoreline, but until we get up there and take a look, we're not. Now this one is probably going to be well without beyond our reach and our sight, but we're going to be scouting some more of this area, and if we would find a second area up here, we will actually divide this lake into two areas. Hunt this area one day in the south, and then hunt the area in the north. Okay, so let's go ahead, set, say drink times 8:30 and at 8, so we have some extra time, and we're going to set our clock for a quarter, and that should give us time to run up there or get our tripod set up. Okay, so let's get going. Today, we've been having a little bit of issue in the past, and our video jumping around it, so we did make a small technical moment. So if you could do me a big favor, if you're viewing on YouTube, if you are seeing those drop frames and jumps in the video, please leave a comment and let me. I can make a few further tweaks to improve our video quality, and that is one we want to have here, Gamer, is not only good content but good video quality. Do that would be a big help. Thanks. So that's 400 meters, and we are experiencing a little bit of the now famous Rancho lag. This is nothing to do with Twitch or with YouTube or any of my video settings. It is something that is in the game on this map, where you will get some places where you do lag. So please do not count as frame drop, frame rate. We're just going to run on up here. We're not really worried about animals right now. We want to get in that zone with enough time, tripod, and some time that if any animals that we do, we'll have a few minutes to calm down and come back before we start. We did have a couple exciting hunts. As I said, yesterday was our first quote hunt in our line for the Great One, and as well the hunt before our first albino animal. It was a beautiful old albino mule deer, and it was very exciting. We had a very fun hunt getting him. We are going to go back to the lake where we found albino, because a little later on, there was also an albino doe, and so the buck, we went ahead and immediately stuffed, taxidermied it to put in our trophy lodge, but to have a mated pair, a male and female albino, would just be a huge accomplishment for going to plan a hunt. Go back to that area once the hunting pressure is cleared from that. So let's keep on moving. We should be hitting the road and embankments and get down here between our whitetail areas. Now with these trees, there's not so much brush around here, which is it'll increase ability. Or quite a few do have very thick underbrush, and it really cuts ability. But this one's not help us out. But we are going to set this tripod literally right on, making a little bit of noise early enough that we should not be disturbing any of our white. Okay, so let's get down here and have us a look. Consider, well, what puts our tripod as well as where we are able our tripod. You see some pretty inclined, steep, so we may have issue putting it just where we want. Okay, so now we're here. Let me point here so we can see exactly where that zone is, and it's going to be right in here. Now, as we mentioned, our zone is not just right on the icon. It can be a pretty large area, so we want to be able to see well up here as well as up here. It's pretty decent. Let's also check by placing a waypoint down on this one. We're relatively close to it. Okay, see, now that one is completely obscured. We're blocked by this little embankment, so let's move a bit. Okay, because we want to have, ideally we want to have a good view of both of these areas. Add there, that's 100 meters, a little over 100 meters, and this one is roughly 150 meters, both well within range of our M1 Deer Slayer Garand. Okay, so anywhere in here should be pretty good. I wonder if we get that here. Let's see where we're now. We found out where we would like to put it. Let's see where we are able to put it. And that's looking very red, meaning it will probably not let us set this up. Okay, that looks. Let's try it. Let's go ahead and set that up. Nice flat. And it gets tense. If we want to pick this thing up and move it, we come right over to this bag, and there's turkey flying in right there. That's a bonus. Okay, let's have Gunner have a seat, and we're going to climb up here and have us a little look. Okay, so there's our one zone to the south of us, and here's our zone to the north. 173 meters, so that'll put us between 175 to 200 meters for when the deer come in. That is not too bad of a view. You'd be surprised when you put up a tripod or hunt from a stand. Just even like this one is only like 2 meters tall, basically 2 or 3 meters. How big of a difference that will make for you. So we have a pretty nice view. Not the best view, but we still have a pretty nice view around this area. And again, now you can see where that lower vegetation really is going to help us out. We'll be able to see the deer coming in between these trees. And let's check out our zone here to the south. Again, we're going to place a waypoint there just to make things a little easier. Now we may have a couple shots blocked by trees here right at the shore, but we do have a pretty nice view of animals coming in and out of this zone here. So I think we're going to leave this tripod here for right now, we'll test this out. And like I said, the big advantage of the tripods versus the permanent ones is we could pick this thing up and move it very easily. Like we could move to this little section of beach here that looks relatively flat. We could probably get away with putting it there, or maybe even setting it back a little bit. We may be able to get away with that. Or if we really need to, we could go swap out this tripod and grab us a tree stand and shimmy up like this tree right here. You know, that's always an option too. So this, like I said, our first hunt was to the west here, right at the first lake, and we were blessed by having this permanent tree stand right here and having the zones pretty much right at our doorstep. This lake, we found the zones, but we have to do a little bit of work to take advantage of them. So I do see we have one viewer. Thanks for joining us. I'm not quite sure who you are. It doesn't give me a list of names. It just tells me I have a viewer. If you could do me a small favor, I did make some technical adjustments to my bit rate, etc. I know we were having an issue here that we were losing some frame rate. We were skipping some frames. So we tweaked things out a little bit. So if you notice any frame drop or jumpy video, please leave a comment in the chat, and then I'll know that we need to continue tweaking it out. I do want to get the best video quality that I can, as well as the best content that I can. So if you could do that, that would be a big help. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, let's check our time. Okay, we're about 10 till 8, so we figured out what kind of head start we needed. We got everything accomplished that we wanted to. We got from our outpost up here, we got our tripod set up in a what seems to be a good position, all within the time that we were expecting. So now we just have to kind of chill out here a little bit and start looking for deer. It is 5 till 8 now. Like we said before, the official drink zone kicks in at 8:30, but we've already seen animals, whitetail rolling in as early as 8 o'clock, 8:10, 8:15. So now we just got to relax and wait for them to come wandering in. One thing I find kind of funny, when we were using the other hunting stand, that's the one that's included on the map, you know, obviously you're in like a little shack up on stilts. So for that, it does make sense that when you're in that stand, that your visibility is reduced. Okay, it's, you know, it's common sense. You got 4 walls around you and a roof. But here, out on this tripod, you can see the shadow. We're just hanging out here, completely exposed, but we still get that visibility reduction as if we were in the little shed. And I just find that kind of funny. It's like, what, animals don't lift their heads? They don't look around? You know? I just find that kind of humorous. But you can tell right down in the bottom right, between our heart monitor and our noise monitor, you can see that little white line. And while that means we are not 100% concealed, we are like 80 to 90% concealed. Excuse me there. I need a quick little drink while we have time. But that white little line does mean that we are pretty much concealed, and that an animal would have to get between 5 and 10 meters from us before they would actually see us. Even though we're just sitting up on top of this big metal tower, right out in front of God and everyone. And Gunner is being a good boy. He's just laying down and just chilling out there, right at the base of the tower. Now, I do give him the command to sit, but I don't think you actually have to. I believe when you climb up into like a stand or a tripod, I believe he does just lay down or sit down automatically, but I like to tell him just to make sure he's not running around, making any extra noise for us. Yeah, these little trees here, they may be an issue. They do seem to block quite a bit, but we cannot say for sure until we actually have a deer wander down into that area. Let's take a look at how far we could also shoot now. With our M1, we do have a long-range perk unlocked now that will allow us to zero our scope in at 300 meters. So that would be able to take us clear out almost to where these trees are out here. The shoreline's 282 meters there. This hole, that one's only 160 meters. So that's actually only considered medium range for our M1. That's 150 meters zero. And let's see, as far as this shoreline, we have our zone. It's right here at 150. And let's continue on out. There's 200 meters. 240 meters. 250 meters, and there's our 300. So we can reach out and touch an animal at a very good chunk of this this coastline. One thing I do want to do, I know this is going to be very, very far, this other zone up north. I want to see just how far away that is. Yeah, we're looking 500, almost 600 meters there. So I think what we're going to do is try to separate this lake and have these two zones with this tripod be one hunting area, and this zone, as well as any others we might find here. Like I said, we did have one in here that we accidentally deleted. It may pop up in a very similar area, and we also suspected another zone further to the east. That we're going to separate that into a second hunting area on this lake. Okay, what's our time? 8:16. Okay, so we do want to keep our eyes open. We could easily see some animals start to wander in, and in fact, there we go. And that is a little tier 1 doe. Oh, there's a nice little buck. There's our buck. And he is a tier 2. And it looks like a third one coming in. That is also a doe. There's a little tier 2 buck. There's another doe. And you're going to sit right there on the shoreline, are you? Okay, yeah, we'll take that. 200 meters. So we will make sure we're zeroed for 150, and we will have to go a bit high, and we want this buck right there. We want him to lift his head up. We do want to aim a little bit high. And wasn't apparently high enough. We probably shot right at his feet. Okay, we're not going to shoot anymore. We want to let them calm down again. So our aim was a little off. Like I said, when you're not right at that zeroing range, in this case 150 meters, you do have to adjust high or low. And we aimed a little bit high, but apparently it was not enough. So we'll give them a few minutes to try and calm down. I didn't hear any footsteps from the southern zone, but if there were anything in here, we should have scouted it out and had a quick look before we fired. Let's go ahead and put... Okay, they were still... When we spotted that guy, he was still quite a bit north of that official zone. Hey, they're starting to call. Yeah, see, they're already starting to come back, and there's our deer there. See, now he's quite a bit closer. He's at 180 some meters. And he's still considered traveling. Let's put our marker here right on this zone again. Okay. Are you gonna come on in there? Are you? You gonna come in even closer? If you come in right at 150, we know we zeroed for that. Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 deer rolling in there. Wow. Now, we did just start taking whitetail. So the majority of what we're going to see, there's even more. 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Oh my God. What a target-rich environment. But what I was saying is we've just started harvesting whitetail. So a majority of what we're going to see is going to be tier 1s and tier 2s. As we start taking them and getting respawns, we will start to see some more tier 2s, tier 3s, and even tier 4s. But man, look at all these guys. And they're going to roll right into prime range. They're 160, 150 meters. Oh yeah, come on in. We even got some rolling in. Oh, he looks like a nice big one. He's a type 2, 120 meters. He's almost rolling into range of our air rifle. And apparently nothing to this zone to the south. These guys could actually be heading in to that southern zone, and we'll end up walking down here right past us. That is a possibility. There's a nice buck there. He's a 2. Now, the higher the tier, the more likely you are to get a good trophy. But tier 1s can also make diamonds, so don't... While that may be a rule of thumb, it's not a carved in stone rule. So we're going to wait. This is our first time in this area for our official grind. So we're just going to chill out a minute. We did take that one greedy shot there early, thinking that they were going to go and stay at this zone. But we're going to see what they do. Because if they do it today, it's likely that they'll do it again in the future. Yeah, it looks like they are actually passing up this zone to come down to this one. So we will definitely let them do it. So this zone here is pretty much right in range for our air rifle. It's about 100 meter max range, and with it being a lot quieter, yeah, look, we got them coming right in and underneath of us. Oh, look at you, aren't you a beauty? 30 meters, yeah, we're gonna take you with the air rifle. I know I just said we're gonna wait, but okay, one in the chest, one in the butt. And he's running underwater. He has actually died underwater. That is a first. I've never seen that before. And we did not get hunting pressure for him yet. Wonder if he was still alive and just... Yeah, he must have jumped up out of there. But he should die soon. We did put one shot in his chest and one in his ass. And with the air rifle, that should be enough to kill him. It may just take a few moments for him to bleed out. Okay, so we're just going to chill out here now. Any of these guys come on down here yet? No, because we made a bunch of noise. And there we're hearing, that sounds like mule deer. No, that is white-tailed deer. So we have apparently some coming in from the south as well. We can't tell from just a mating call what his status is, whether they're traveling or they could already be in a zone. That's probably our deer right there with his head down. Let's get our binoculars up and see. We do have the perk now. Yeah, 50 to 75%. So that's our one that's wounded, but apparently he's not dead yet. So that should finish him, even though that was obviously only a flesh wound in the leg. 25 to 50. That dropped him down some. And that must be a very, very slow bleed rate. He'll run off a little bit and then he'll come back again probably. Still 25 to 50%. And we lost the spot. So you can see there obviously a big difference between our air rifle and our 30-06 polymer rounds. Oh, look at you. Hello. You're right at 50 meters. One in the neck, one in the well, right back to the back in the intestines. That's got him riled up. Now, unfortunately, we do not have the perk unlocked that allows us to spot animals from our scope. We can only do that with our binoculars. So it's kind of a pain in the butt having to switch back and forth there. See if we got just the lightest amount of hunting pressure built up now. So we dropped something, whether it be in that first one or the one we just took a shot at. Somebody dropped. Like I said, you only get the hunting pressure when you get a kill. We got doe up there. I'm guessing that one that ran off all the way up there is maybe the one that died. But being in the hunting stand or in the tripod here, and that reduction of the hunting pressure, it can be hard to tell the difference, especially between 1 kill and 2 kills. So we may have dropped both of them. Okay, we've been focusing on here. We don't want to... no, I did not want you to heal. I want you to sit. we do not want to neglect checking out this area too. So far it seems that all the deer are coming in from the north and trying to get to this southern zone. We did have that one buck on this far hillside behind these trees give a mating call, and we thought he might be coming into this zone, but we cannot be sure until we actually see him. So right now, yeah, all the action is to our north. Oh, and you're going to come back here. This one will... Where'd you go? We'll put one... Where did you go? See, this lag is hurting us. We're pulling the trigger, and there it goes down in the water again. A second one drowning themselves rather than to be harvested. Unreal. I've never ever seen that before. And we got, it looks like a... Is he dead? I cannot tell. There, he disappeared. It teleported him back up onto land. Can we get sight of him? There he is. There he is. And he is down to 0 to 25%. Yeah, so, boom, he dropped. Okay, so we know where he is. And that's good. What is that? There's another tier 2 rolling up. He's at 160 yards. We're going to try taking him with the M1 just because we don't want him running off. Come on, get up, and get down. He's going to run a little bit, but he is going to drop very quickly. That was at least a one long shot. Being at a forward angle like that, we were a bit left of the heart. And between this lag and switching around our gear, yeah, we lost him. We lost track of him, but I guarantee he only went a little bit and dropped over. With the air rifle, they can run a couple 100 meters before they drop, and they can even clot and stop bleeding if it's a very bad shot. But with that M1, I think I've not seen any deer stop bleeding and clot from the M1 shots. Even with the minor, even with the bad shots, even with the low bleed rate, usually they are 100% fatal. Okay, so we did some pretty good spooking of these animals. Let's check our hunting pressure. Not bad, very, very light. If we compare that to one shot here, you can see this is still much darker than what we've had here. And we have 3, possibly 4 kills. Yeah, it looks like 3, possibly 4 kills in this area, and it's still not as dark as one shot on the ground with a rifle here. So this is going to extend our hunts and let us take more animals out of these areas before we have to leave due to the hunting pressure. And it also takes a lot of that worry away that we're going to accidentally delete our zones. Okay, so we got a couple does still running around in here. That M1 being so much louder than the air rifle, yeah, it scared him a bit more. But we'll try our calls out here. We'll try our doe bleat. That should help them come back in here. At least if they're in range to hear it. Range is 150 meters on this. I do believe the doe or the buck grunt call that we will unlock later, I'm pretty sure it has a range of actually 200 meters, so it covers a little bit bigger area. Hello, how are you? 50 meters. Oh, and you're gonna get hung up there? What? Oh, I forgot to reload. Oh, what a noob mistake. What a noob error. Forgot to reload. Okay, but he's still chilling out there. We're gonna get him. He's running a little bit. That one probably missed. And remember, you can put 2 shots in an animal and still pass all your harvest checks. It's when you get that 3rd shot in there that you have to start worrying. And that is a doe. Okay. Okay, so he ducked down in there, and we did not see him come back up out. Let's check our hunting pressure again. Still very, very light. A little more purpley, a little bit, but still nothing in the danger zone. Danger zone! Lana! Lana! Ah, you a little pissed off at us, huh? He's giving a warning call. Yeah, I'm sure you're a little pissed off at us. But man, we've been doing okay. Said that was the biggest group of whitetail I have ever seen on any of the maps. Okay, so now we got them up here. Said there was like 20 of them in that group, and that is just unbelievable after hunting Layton for so long. Okay, there's a buck. I can't tell with these other ones, but we know you're a little buck, right? No, you're a little doe. My bad, that's a doe. Now, and when we upgrade, like I said, we did unlock, those look like all doe. That might be a buck, that 3rd one might be a buck, but he's hidden behind 2 other ones. We did just unlock the more powerful scope, the 8 to 16 power. We're using a 4 to 8, which has roughly the same magnification. Oh, see, there's our one coming back. That'll finish him off. He was at 50%. But yeah, our scope we're using right now is 4 to 8 power, and our binoculars are also pretty close to that same magnification. But when we can unlock the high-powered scope, we will actually have better magnification than our binoculars. We will actually be able to zoom in a lot closer to like this area up here than even with the binoculars. What's our time? 9:08. So we're actually only officially like 38 minutes into the quote official drink time, and we've already gotten 3 to 5 kills. We don't want to take too many more here. Like I said, this was as much of a test of where we put our tripod as it was a grind hunt. Man, we are still not seeing anything coming down into this zone down here. Like I said, that could be it just being an off day for this zone, or that these deer from the north have been trying to get down there, and we just keep shooting them and disturbing them before they get there. In fact, yeah, here they go. Here they're coming. They're coming down to that zone because we actually let them come past us without popping them. There's another one. There's a second doe, and is there a third one? Yeah, there's something right there too. There she comes. And these are all the doe. So now we'll be able to see how these trees and this underbrush affect our view of this zone. So I said it before, I'm going to wait. But this time I mean it. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to shoot any of them right now. It gets very hard to restrain yourself. Especially when you got these huge herds of them rolling in. Look at that. That's all females left. That's what we want. When we're done with an area, all we want to see are does. Okay. Oh, I mean, you cannot get better pictures than this. 35 meters. Even if we come out here with a bow, man, we could pop these dudes all day long at this range. Wow. And as well, this range is highly fatal for whitetail with our air rifle. Now 50, 75, 100 meters, that shot is going to lose a lot of strength. It's going to lose a lot of velocity. But at point blank, 25 meters to 50 meters, yeah, that air gun will punch through these deer. Okay, so we got them. Those doe coming into the southern area. What do we have left up north? Okay, there we go. There's a nice buck. I think we're gonna pop him one if he comes out. What is that? Is that a doe there? Yes, it is. And where's our buck? Right there, right there. Okay, we don't want to have our shell be deflected. I'm going to let him walk on out there a little bit. That's another doe. There he is. And he's behind another tree. Come on down, come on down. Plenty of water. Plenty of water. There's another little doe. She's glitching out a little bit. What else we got up here up north? Okay, there's something that looks like a little doe there. Oh, there we got these fellas up here. Now this is, what just happened there? Okay, so there's our waypoint, and we are about probably 100 meters north of that. And we got us a nice group hanging out up there. So they should have a zone right in here, pretty much. This could also still be part of this first zone, or it could be a second zone up there. I wish we could spot a couple of them, because when you spot an animal using a zone, it will tell you if it's undiscovered. Yes. Wow, listen to that call. So we still have, and there's a buck right there too, it looks like. Oh, you want to growl at me, do you? Okay. Alright, you growl. Go ahead. Where'd that buck go? He should be right in there. There he is. There he is. Boom, right into the scapula. And that one missed because of the lag. Yeah, I did want to get a couple kills down in this southern area to spread out the hunting pressure at least a little bit. And there's a nice buck too. And the lag, we missed him. And he's going to run. Okay, that's all right. We don't kill you today, we will kill you tomorrow. Yeah, the infamous El Guapo. No, the infamous Rancho del Arroyo lag, man, just cost us that buck. And yeah, even the reduced noise of the air rifle spooked all these guys. Do we have hunting? Yeah, see, now we have some hunting pressure down in this area as well. We got the kill on him. So Gunner, buddy, where'd you go? There he is. You ready to do some tracking? We're gonna have us venison laying all up and down this little beach. And we are at 9:30. We still have technically 2 more hours of game time. Ah, yeah, you mad? That's a buck grunt there. And that's what the buck grunt call gets when you get it. That's exactly what it sounds like. We are going to have venison all up and down this beach. Those look like, that might be a buck with his head down there. It's really hard to tell. He might be a little buck. He's nothing real impressive. That one looks on the end, on the right there. Right there looks a little bit darker. I think it's just in the shade. I was thinking that maybe it could possibly be melanistic. If you're unfamiliar with that term, it is the opposite of an albino. An albino is absence of pigment, so it ends up being white. Melanistic is too much pigment, and it ends up being very dark, sometimes even almost black. It's also considered a rare coat type, a rare animal type. Okay, let's give a call. Say we do have 2 hours yet in game time that this drink zone is quote officially active. So we can afford to be patient. Said our hunting pressure now is equal to about 1 kill with a rifle on the ground. So we are still far from being in danger of deleting this zone. Too bad those guys up there are just a bit out of range of this Stowe Bleak call. We could maybe get them to come in a bit closer, but that's okay. We keep taking out these whitetail in these different areas the way we have been. What the heck? No, I did not want a picture. Man, this controller can be a bit twitchy sometimes. But if we keep taking out these deer, calling these bucks at the rate we have been between yesterday and today, it should not be very long at all until we have some more calls and things. Ooh, there's a buck. 188 meters. And he's a bit behind a tree. And we could take a pop at him, but I think we're going to hold off. We'll keep him as a backup shot. Because I would have to take him with the M1. And I would totally spook off these animals down here again. They should be starting to make their way back into this zone. Now, if they're not, they may have another zone further on, up on the hillside a bit. That's also a possibility. Like I said, a while ago we heard that other buck grunting up on that far hillside. And have we scouted? No, we have not really scouted. We did a little bit. We scouted down there and didn't find any zones, but you never know. So I don't want to screw up having these deer come in literally right at my feet to take a iffy shot clear up here. And that's only a tier 1 anyhow. Now if that was like a tier 3 or something like that, then yeah, it would bump it up on the priority. But not for right now, not being a tier 1. You can see even our 4 to 8 power scope here that we're using now has a little bit more magnification than our binoculars. So I'm actually excited to see what the 8 to 16 power is going to be like. If we don't see something coming in here soon on this, on this southern zone, I think we will go ahead and take a pot shot at that one to the north, and then we're going to go ahead and get down and go collect up some corpses. Say if we got as many down as I think we did, we're set. We got like 5 or 6 dead. Okay, so where are you at here, buddy? You still behind that tree? Yes, you are. 187 meters. So we're zeroed for 150. So we'll aim for the spine. I think the tree deflected it. I think even those little branches fucked up my shot. Okay. Okay, Gunner. Buddy boy. Are you ready to work? Let's go. Yeah. Who's a good boy? Let's give him a little attention. He's been so good just chilling out here. Give him a cookie. Man, this lag. Wow. Let's give him a shake and a pet and a cookie. Who's a good boy? No, we want to give you a cookie. There we go. There, got him a heart. Said the more hearts you have, the better experience he gets as a companion. And with the dogs, that's important because that's what unlocks their perks. It's not their skill as a tracker, it's their skill as, or level as a companion. Okay, let's head on up here. We got some dead deer to gather up. Yeah, there's blood. There's blood everywhere up on this hillside. Dude, this is one of the situations where having a dog definitely comes in handy when you have these large groups and there are just tracks everywhere. You know, you can easily, I've done it myself. I've lost the trail in amongst all these other tracks. And then you have them crossing back and forth and going out, and then a couple minutes later coming back in. Okay, there's Gunner tracking. I apologize for this lag, but yeah, there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Okay, which way we going, Gunner? Where are we going, boy? Where's these kills? Where's our dead deer? Keep on going. Go get them. Now, just because he's tracking one, we know there's more than one up here. We're going to keep our eyes open still for the others. And right there being one of them. We'll go grab that one up while Gunner's still doing his thing. We could say we get too far away, he'll bark and let us know where he's going. Ooh, that's a nice rack. I'd love to get a deer with a rack like that in real life. That's a bronze. Yeah, we hit him 3 times with the air rifle. That's okay. He'll still respawn at the same size or a little bit bigger. Okay, where you at, Gunner? Well, I hear you, buddy. We're coming. And again, we can look on our map to see where Gunner is. Okay, he's up to the right of us. He is the smaller of the circles. Okay, we're coming. We're coming. So yeah, we're having Gunner here with us. He will turn tracking these 5-6 animals into about a 10-15 minute job. Wow, this thing really ran. Whereas if we were on our own, we'd be looking at probably a good hour to hour and a half, maybe even longer to track all these animals. Okay, here was our one that ran off. Yeah, he traveled a pretty good distance rather. Okay, Gunner, good job, buddy. Say that air rifle. Yeah, that was with the air rifle when we shot back. it does take them a bit longer to drop than when it's with 30-06. Let's see what this zone is while we're here. Turkey, okay. Alright, let's head back. Head back towards our area here, and we'll set Gunner to track some more blood. Speaking of blood, right there's some more. So that was what, 2 we picked up? And tracking a third. We will, at least I try to do, at the end of each episode, we check our recent harvest log and get our final body count for the day. Okay, where's he at, buddy? Where's he at? There he is. There it is. This is number 3. Good job, Gunner. And now with the dogs, they do gain experience while they're tracking, but they also get a nice little burst of experience when they find the corpse for you. And this was with the 45. This is the one that the lag cost us. Yeah, we did not get a quick kill bonus. We lost probably half our money. We only got like 460 bucks for him. Okay, now if we do see any more blood over here, we'll have Gunner track it. But otherwise, we're going to head back to our zone and have him keep looking over there. What's this up here? Is this blood? No, okay, that's shit. We thought it was something good, but it's not. And this lag, wow. It can get really bad sometimes. This is some of one of the times when it is worse than usual. It can make running feel like you're only walking or crouching. Okay. Now we want to go back towards... Oh no, we popped that one up here. We want to head up that way. Okay. Because we took those couple longer shots up here. We want to go up here and make sure we don't miss anything. Yep, like that one right there. There's number 4. Nice medium-sized rack. This would be a big rack for Pennsylvania. No, sadly, there's been so much... there's been so much, you know, when you take them out of season, poaching, when people take them early, before they've had a chance to mate, you know, you get a deer that nice big rack on it, and somebody comes and poaches it pre-seed before it had a chance, those, you know, to pass on those good genes. It's just a shame. Or you have people like my ex-boss. He was intended to be the great winner, but he was a real douchebag. He always hunted with 2 of his nephews, and he actually had the balls to brag one year that between him and his 2 nephews, they took 38 fucking deer. Or allowed 1 buck and 1 doe in Pennsylvania. And he thought he was, you know, being awesome that he killed fucking 38 of them. Say, that is not herd management. Ooh, that's a nice big rack. That is herd massacre. Silver, too. Okay. 500 bucks. And we also took this one with the air rifle, too. Cool. Oh, job, Gunner. Up, buddy. Yeah, it's people like that they act like they're these awesome hunters, and there we unlock 38. There, cool. Big caliber, large rifles. There's the 300, the 3, and the 38. We had just in our last episode that we, for a change of pace, we want to take a day or two in Africa. But with the very large animals there, we needed to wait until we had one of the largest caliber rifles. And there we go, we just unlocked it. Okay, let's see what else we got. One down this way. But yeah, he acted like he was like the great white hunter, great environmentalist, and, you know, love of nature, and then they go out and shoot all these freaking deer. I was just totally disgusted by him, to be honest. So he would sit there and tell his fucking stories, and I would just nod my head and smile, but in my head I was calling him every dirty name that I could. What's that up there? Looks like poo. Okay, Gunner, see if you can find some blood, buddy. Find in here. No, okay, that's down here. We'll try. And that, I think, a log, not a deer. We should have one or two more floating around here. We did have these ones further up from where the action zone marker was. Come on, Gunner. We'll see if we can find up here. There's some tracks. Yeah, go on. What do you want? Okay, let's have Gunner try his skills out up here. That's poop. Track not found. Okay. And these deer do like the